Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the K&B Music Den. I'm Keith.
I'm Brad.
And here we go. We're ranking the David Bowie albums. There's a lot of buzz with the Moon Age Daydream. We reviewed that documentary, but we both went to the theater to see it. So please check out that video if you have not seen it. The Moon Age Daydream, our first ever movie review.
It was.
Of course, it was music related. But this, I don't know about you, my friend, but this was a tall task.
It was.
This rivaled the top 10 Ryan Adams that we did as far as how difficult it was for me. So many fantastic albums.
Yep.
So hard to narrow it down, but you just have to. So let's just jump right in, right?
Yeah. Now, just to be fair, his albums, he has so many. So what we decided to do is do our each individual top 10. So I'll show you my top 10. He's going to do his, but we're going to go in order. 10, 9. Yep. Just to see if there's any overlap or how we see it. So go ahead. Start with your number 10.
Oh, start first? Okay. Yep. So the floor is mine. This one, you probably won't see coming.
Okay.
You probably won't see coming. But as I listened through, I was like, wow, this is underrated. So my number 10, gotta find it.
We got piles in front of us, people.
What do you think of that?
I like it.
Black Tie, White Noise. This is 90s Bowie, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just the sounds he gets on this. Fantastic songwriting. He's in great voice. I mean, you can say that about any of these albums. But, you know, of course, there are your people that will be like, well, you know, everything from, like, Hunky Dory to Scary Monsters is amazing and everything else is shit. No, it's not. No, it's not. But this is my choice that may be a little out of left field. But this is Black Tie, White Noise. And interestingly enough, a guest singer on one of the tracks on this album is R&B 90s artist Al B. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean...
I didn't even know that, honestly.
I'm a huge Al B. Sure fan, and I'm not joking. He's just... There's a pocket of time where 90s R&B just really spoke to me.
Really?
Boyz II Men, Jodeci.
Okay.
Troop, Shy, Silk. All those... I just really love that stuff.
Wow.
And Al B. Sure... Man, fantastic artist. If you're into 90s R&B whatsoever, you probably already know I'll be sure, but he's on this album, believe it or not. So my sleeper pick here, number 10, but I'm proud to highlight it, is Black Tie, White Noise. And what's your number 10, buddy?
Well,
probably not that.
10, no, I think you'll find mine to be a little low, I think, compared to we've discussed this album together.
Okay.
But
I see what he's doing.
Number 10 for me is Lodger.
Talk about underrated.
Oh, it is underrated. And I got to think it might be higher on your list just because I've heard you talk so highly about this album. Sorry, guys. I'm moving these around, trying not to move. If you see earthquakes happening, these are vinyls moving around.
You know how I am about my records, you know.
Yeah.
He's scared to touch them.
I am.
As he should be.
So, yeah, if you see the camera move, that's what's happening. It's a disturbance in records. But to me, Lodger is just, like you said, it's underrated.
Yeah.
It's not one that gets brought up as his best But this is part of the Berlin trilogy.
Yes.
And to me, that was some of his best work.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So yeah, I figured
drugs are a powerful thing.
They are. So yeah, number 10 for me is Lodger.
Any favorite songs off the top of your head? It's just so hard. There's so many albums.
Yeah, with Bowie, it's...
Yeah.
When you ask favorite songs, it's going to be really hard for any of the albums because they're all so good.
Well, and this one is hard for us because the songs aren't even listed on either side, so I put them on the spot there.
Yeah.
All right, well, we could definitely leave that one handy.
It'll come back, apparently.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, number 9. Again, there's so many great albums. This may be low. In your opinion.
I hope he's not talking about low the
album.
Oh,
yeah. No. Oh, if I put low at number 9, he'd slap me in the face. I think this is going to be higher for him, but we'll see. Don't want to ruin anything for him, but Station to Station. And I'll be completely honest. This is so groundbreaking and fantastic. The only reason it sneaks in at number 9, or I shouldn't say it that way, that it's as low as number 9 is what I meant to say. Simply for the fact that it only has 6 songs. I mean, that's how great his output is and how close all these are. I had to find some way to rank these, and I just said to myself, you know, there's only 6 songs. There's 6 perfect songs. And many people would put this album higher, and I wouldn't bat an eye or disagree with them. But again, we just had to find a way to
No, I
lock
can't disagree
in.
with your outlook. I mean, it's basically no more than a EP,
a glorified EP.
Yeah. So,
but if this is considered an EP, it's one of the best EPs ever.
All time, yeah.
But geez, the 10, 11 minute opener station to station, Golden Years is just
fantastic.
TVC 15. I mean, just fantastic album, as Bowie fans know. But there it is for me. Number 9, Station to Station.
All right,
buddy. Well, these are all out of order.
Oh, they're a mess. We're
it's already a mess
in here.
So your number 9
would be this guy.
Oh, okay.
Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs.
That's number 9 for me. Again, going through these is so hard to pick and go through. And it's only because of how high up I have some of the other albums where I couldn't move them.
Yeah.
But this one, to me, is just fantastic. I mean, just looking through Diamond Dogs, Sweet Thing. I mean, Rebel. Rock and Roll. I mean, it's hard to...
Candidate on there?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is not in your top 5 Bowie records. Just shows how deep his output is. So
absolutely.
But number 9, Diamond Dogs.
All right. We're off to a great start.
Yeah.
I'm on my number 8.
8.
Okay. I don't know if this will be in your top 10. I don't know. Well, it would have to be higher, I guess, or tied with me. Geez, I got to find it.
He's digging.
I found it.
He's digging.
My number 8, folks.
Oh.
He was a young American all night.
You listen to them vocals. Man.
I read the news today. Oh, boy.
Yep.
I tell you what. And did you know that Luther Vandross does background vocals on this album?
I did not. See, all the fun facts you know.
Yeah. So this, oh, man. His Blue-Eyed Soul, Philadelphia Soul album. Wow, what can you say? This was a little bit of left field, left turn for him at that point in his career, but that's what makes him so great.
Yeah,
the ultimate chameleon.
He is.
The ultimate chameleon. So I love this album so much. Fame is on here, of course.
Yeah.
He does an interesting cover of Across the Universe by the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, he and John Lennon were close and did each other's songs and recorded with each other and all that. I think Lennon's on here doing some harmony.
I
don't know if it's on
either.
Fame.
Okay.
But, I should know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a fantastic album. Don't sleep on this one, folks. The Soul album from David Bowie, Young Americans, and that's my number 8.
Good pick.
Oh, these are all messed up now. Where are you going to find your number 8?
Oh, how do I even know where mine is now?
He's doing all of my vinyl, too. He hasn't picked the CD yet.
No. Aladdin Sane.
Number 8, huh?
8. Now, I got a feeling Keith thinks this is low again.
No comment.
Oh, okay. Either he's really angry or he forgot this album existed.
Oh, I didn't forget.
No, but for me, this is number 8. Again, it's not the album. It's just the ones that are in front of it.
Yeah.
As they come, you'll see that there are certain albums of his that I just can't move in the top 5.
Well, fair.
So to me, this one fit, pretty solid at number 8 for me.
Watch That Man.
Yeah. I mean,
Panic in Detroit.
Yeah.
Cracked Actor. What do you think of the cover Let's Spend the Night Together that they do? The Stones cover.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
faster.
It is.
It's a little campy. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. I know you don't like.
I know
when
what
you
you
say
mean.
campy, you don't like it, but
it's fun. It's fun.
It is fun.
It is fun. Okay.
Well put. It's fun. All right. So my number 7.
7. Here we go.
Right, we're rolling along here.
Here we are.
I'm going to the vinyl pile.
Oh.
No surprise. Where are you now? This is so... no. It's going to take me an hour to reorganize these after this video. I'm going to have anxiety
He is going to have an anxiety attack. These are going to be by date.
Oh.
It's going to have him so upset.
Finally found it. Number 7.
There we go.
Oh, I don't even know if he'll have this on us. We'll see. Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. I believe this was 1980.
I believe it was.
Up the Hill Backwards. Scary Monsters. Obviously, Ashes to Ashes was a huge song for him. Fashion. Oh, man. This is such a good album. I'm trying to think, this was immediately after the Berlin Trilogy, I believe?
I think it was right afterwards.
Yeah. So to come off of those heights and just, again, a little bit of a different turn, but to keep the quality and going, I mean, gosh, what other artists could you even say, besides David Bowie, had so much quantity and quality?
That's the thing, yeah.
I have Dylan, Neil Young. I mean, there's people out there. I would put Elvis Costello in that mix.
But diversity, too.
Yeah, jeez. the Mr. Chameleon.
Yeah.
And you know, a song like Fashion, it's interesting he has that because it wasn't just the music. He was always changing, setting trends in fashion and makeup and costumes and just a full performance.
Yeah.
So my number 7, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps.
Very good pick.
What do you think of that?
I like it. I like it.
All right. What's your number 7?
Well, let's see if I can find it here.
Oh, he's digging.
We're starting to get to where we're digging.
Yeah.
In here now. I'm not sure. Does he have this on vinyl? Yeah, he does.
Okay.
This might be a surprise to Keith.
No.
Let's dance.
We're going to the 80s.
Again, we're talking about the Chameleon.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is a great album from the 80s.
Yeah.
The title track, Let's Dance. It's one of my favorite Bowie songs. It's great. I mean, this is another one where it doesn't sound like any other album that he's put out, I don't think. I mean...
Yeah. Modern Love. China Girl.
China Girl, Iggy Pop. Got to give it to Iggy Pop on that one.
3 huge hits. 3 massive hits off this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, he became like the pop star when this came out. After all he had done before, again.
Yeah.
Mr. Chameleon.
Exactly.
Fantastic album, yeah.
All his albums are a little bit different, and this is one I really appreciated, so number 7.
Awesome, dude.
Yep.
All right. So, number 6.
Oh, we're at 6.
Here's where...
Uh-oh.
And I have to admit, this album dropped for me as I did a re-listen of all the albums. And it surprised me. And this man is going to have to pull his punches, literally pull his punches from... He will want to hit me in the face.
I already know what he's about to do here.
I think you do.
I can't believe he's doing it.
My number 6. Too low?
Yeah. To me, this is very low, but...
I understand. Let me explain.
Okay.
This album is fantastic. It's groundbreaking. Again, it's one of those ones... I had to ask myself when I did this ranking, how am I gonna get this down to 10? How am I gonna rank the 10 within the 10? I said to myself, Keith, which albums of Bowie's do you listen to the most? Do you keep coming back to the most? Do you know the best? And this is not in the top 5. It's number 6. Man. And I know, even just to say this out loud pains me, and I will probably get pummeled in the comments. And part of me feels like I deserve it. But again, there's so much instrumental on this and so much experimentation. And it's groundbreaking. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing. But for me, I don't go back to it as much as I do my top 5. And it just is what it is.
Yeah. Hey,
go ahead, beat me up.
Beat
me up.
We'll discuss this album in a little bit later. So.
Oh, I'm sure. So for now, he'll pull his punches.
Yeah.
But my number 6 is low. Okay. Sorry.
It's fair. It's fair. We're gonna go right back to something he just was on a little bit ago for mine.
There we go.
Number 6.
Scary Monsters.
Scary Monsters. Ashes to Ashes is one of my top 5 Bowie songs.
Yeah.
So unique, just talking about, Major Tom being a junkie and really kind of finding out, like, his lyrics were getting very unique at that point in time and how he was looking at things. So, this is definitely one of my favorites. And you illustrated very well why I just put it one step higher than you. That's
not a bad song.
No. Yeah. So there it is, number 6 for me.
All right, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. All right, we're in the top 5.
5.
My number 5.
All right.
And when I did this, I thought to myself, is this album really higher than low? For me, it is, and he might know what it is. And he might think that for me, the way I talk about this album, this might be actually even a little low for me.
It might be. We'll have to see what he puts in here. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, did I pop the phone? No, I guess I didn't. My number 5 is, here it is again, Lodger. What'd you have, this 9?
I had this number 10.
Oh, 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not surprised at where you have it, because this is one you've been championing for 15, 20 years.
It's exactly what I was going to use. I champion this album.
Yeah.
The Berlin Trilogy, Low is just like, whoa, Low, which as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Heroes, the album, the song, what a great album. Lodger is kind of like the redheaded stepchild
it is.
Of the trilogy, and I think that's fucking bullshit. Because I think this is a fantastic album. I don't know why I swore. There's no need.
That's just how much he just really likes Lodger.
I'm passionate, yeah. Lodger, Yassassin, DJ, I am a DJ, I am what I play. Oh, man, it's so good. Red Sails, now I'm blanking. Fantastic Voyage, the opening song is great. It's just, yeah, there's not a bad song on here. Voice Keeps Swinging, I believe, is on here. What are your thoughts on Lodger? I mean, what is it? Was it number 10? So.
I had a 10 out of what? He's got 25 studio albums?
So
yeah. For me, it's high.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 out of 25 is a high album.
Yeah.
Again, I think it was hurt by the fact that it was part of that trilogy, because other than what I think Low does stand head and shoulders above this one, and Heroes was epic. So I think this one does kind of fall victim to those two albums that it does. Had this come out at a different time frame.
Oh, see, that's well put.
I think this would have gotten more attention and more appreciation.
Absolutely. But I stand by it. My number 5 is Lodger. Let's break into your top 5.
All right, we're into my top 5 now.
Yep.
We're going to the EP.
Oh, wow.
As he called it. Station to Station. The Thin White Duke era.
Six songs at number 5.
Yeah.
Explain.
I mean, to me, it's just, this is one that I really, the first track, just put it on, turn it up the whole way, and just drive.
Yeah.
And just listen to the, I mean, how do you even describe it? So you got like a locomotive. Yeah. Just building. I mean.
Oh, such a great song.
Like you said, golden years. TC, I mean, everything on this album.
TBC 1.5.
Yeah, there's not a bad track. Now, it is like an EP, so I'm still happy with it at 5. But with the way you put that, if I took some of the other albums that I put 6, 7, 8, 9 and took the best 6 songs off those, it might have just be right up here with it. So the lack of not having the bottom songs on here might be why I moved it up, because each song is such quality. But if I took just 6 songs from each album, I don't know. This might drop quite a bit.
That's an interesting way
so I don't know if
to look at it,
to look at you kind of put that in perspective, but
yeah, there's the songs.
Yeah, but as I ranked them, this is where it went for me.
Okay, that's fair. Yep. That's your number 5.
Number 5.
All right. Well, this will be the last time
that he goes to the cassette.
That I go to the compact discs. My number 4, and I know what it means to put it this high, but I have seen a lot of people put this very high. Part of it may be due to the circumstances of the album, but it's a damn good album. It's Black Star. It's my number 4. I will concede that there's probably part of the reason it's this high is because he's an incredibly talented man that knew that his life was coming to an end and decided that the last thing he would do was make another artistic statement. When this album came out, I'll tell the story. When this album came out on a Friday, died on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay? Monday morning, I went into a chain store that at the time carried music. I won't say the name. Rhymes with chest guy.
Sorry, that was a really funny way to put it. Okay.
But I'm not saying the name of the store.
Okay.
But I went into the store that will not be named, and they had the space for the album. They had the little, tab that said David Bowie Black Star, and it was empty. Monday morning, hours ago, Sunday evening, the announcement came that David Bowie sadly passed away. So I asked the person working there, do you have this? They scanned something in the computer and could see they had another box of these CDs in the back. They proceeded to tell me that they don't know where it is though, and they'll have to just they'll try to get it out sometime at some point later today. It didn't seem like a big priority. I get it; they're a huge store. They do the TVs, they do the computers. I get it, the cell phones. But I said, "Do you realize who David Bowie is?" They didn't really know. But do you realize he's one of the biggest rock stars of all time, and he died 12 hours ago? You might want to fill this up because you're going to sell through it by the end of the day. I guarantee you. So I waited. They went back. They found it. and they handed me the CD to buy because I was not leaving without it. Because I was so upset that he died and I hadn't heard the album yet, and I wanted to hear it. And I really did know that they were going to sell a ton of copies, and they were missing a huge opportunity. More importantly, I wanted the album.
That's what he wanted, yeah.
But Black Star, it's he got jazz musicians to sit in with him. From what I understand, he made them all sign, exclusivity, whatever you call that, confidentiality things, where he did not want people to know about his health. He did not want people to know this album was being made because he wanted to just drop it and be like, goodbye.
Yep.
And what a goodbye.
It was, yeah.
I mean, I get emotional thinking about it, but aside from the history and the story of it, the tragic story, the songs are fantastic. Black Star, the opening song, is like another one of those 10, 11-minute songs. The video is amazing, too. If you've never seen that, it's a must-see. But I've said enough about Black Star. That's proudly my number 4.
There you go.
Your number 4, buddy.
All right, going into 4 now. I got to dig again.
Where's he going?
Got to dig again.
Where's he going? Oh!
I think it surprises Keith.
Okay. Philly Soul album.
Yeah. To me, as I re-listened to them all, this was my heat. This is the one that went up.
It went up.
I was not sure it'd be in my top 10, and then as I listened to it, I went, man.
All the way to 4.
Yeah, fantastic. Wow, yeah. I mean, for all the reasons you said, it's absolutely fantastic album. And it's one that I'm going to listen to more and more now that I've kind of dug back through. It is different, but again, like we said, everything.
Yeah.
Nothing he really does is the same. But it's just so well done. His vocally, it's fantastic. The songs are fantastic.
Fascination. Yeah. Somebody up there likes me. Fame, of course.
Fame, yeah.
The title song is...
Yeah. Young Americans? Oh, yeah.
It's fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, number 4 for me is what number for you? That was number...
Number 8.
So, all right. So, yeah. We both had in top 10.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
All right, top 3, buddy.
Top 3, here we go.
It's my turn. Number 3. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Here's where I'm going to get beat up.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to get beat up. This is too low, damn it. There it is. Ziggy Stardust.
Number 3.
The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, even though this is my number 3, if you don't know Bowie that well, if you're a casual Bowie fan, if you said to me, look, I'm only going to buy one David Bowie album on vinyl to have in my collection, what should it be? Absolutely, no doubt, it should be this.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion. But again, this is my personal top 10 favorite David Bowie albums, not necessarily his best.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue anyone that says this is his best album. This is a classic album, one of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And what does that say about David Bowie? One of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my life, and it's my number 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just personal preference. But
yeah,
I have a feeling I'm going to hear about it from him too, so I don't want to say too much. I better hear about it from him in his top 3. But can you honestly think of a better opening song to an album than 5 Years?
No.
I mean, one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And every single song, Moon Age Daydream, Starman, oh gosh, jeez, Suffragette City. I mean, perfection on platter.
It is.
Yeah. So there it is. Number 3, maybe low for some of you, Ziggy Stardust.
Number 3 for me. Number 3 for me.
All right.
Is Ziggy Stardust. So I can't fight you too much.
Okay.
I am walking away with the same thoughts.
Okay.
It is a masterpiece.
Yeah. It's perfect.
A 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I also think the 2 I have above it are masterpieces. So
and just
that's the reason it's there. But like you said, if someone said, what one album should I own? It's between this and one other one, which is my next one on the list.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely probably the one you would go with.
Well, and this one too, to me, it seems like if anybody would poke through someone's vinyl collection, be like, "You don't have this?"
Yeah. Yep.
And then you don't have a vinyl collection. Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of how I look at it. But top 2.
2. Here we go.
My turn. All right, folks. I have to tell you this. I struggled so much with these top 2.
Oh, no.
I went back and forth, flip-flopping around like a fish out of water. And as I'm about to announce it, I'm still not sure. But you just sometimes you just have to stick a fork in something and go with your gut.
Yep.
My number 2. I'm almost positive this will be in his top 2. Digging. My number 2, Hunky Dory, the album that came out right before the massive Ziggy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's above Ziggy for me. This album starts with Changes.
Yep.
Oh, You Pretty Things. 8-line poem. Life on Mars is one of the best songs that's ever been recorded.
Yep.
This whole album, the whole album is perfect. And it pained me. Not to put this at number 1. But I got 1 above it.
Wow.
So my number 2 is the amazing Hunky Dory.
As is mine.
Oh!
Hunky Dory's...
I'm trying to think of what's left for you that would be number 1, but it's probably obvious.
3 and 2.
Oh, now I know.
Yeah, he knows what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, same reason. And this is the one I was saying where if they weren't sure, but had to have one Bowie record, I think he's right. You would have to say Ziggy just because it's...
But if you had that too, yeah.
But you might whisper in his ear, you might want to get Hunky Dory too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
You're right.
This is a fantastic album, and just as good as Ziggy. Just
yeah,
the song quality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, number 2 for me as well. So let's see where we go with number 1s now.
Look at that cool picture of him on the back too.
Yeah.
God, it's such a good album.
I can't pick. Here's the thing. I'm trying to think what his is, and I can't do it.
I've talked to you about this before, but you may have forgotten.
I may have.
I'll give you a hint. It's something that you've already shown on your list, but way lower than I have it.
It's not Lodger.
No.
Man. I'm losing. I
well,
don't know.
folks, let's not waste any more time.
Let's get right to it.
His brain to process. Here it is.
Aladdin Sane.
Aladdin Sane is my favorite David Bowie album.
Okay.
I know. Hunky Dory is probably a better album.
Yeah.
Ziggy is probably a better album.
I would say so.
There's something about this album for me. It came out right after Ziggy. It's Ziggy in America, as they say. I mean, it's just an iconic image, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, my goodness. Watch that, man. Aladdin Sane. The piano solo in Aladdin Sane is enough to buy it. Drive-In Saturday, Panic in Detroit, Crack Actor, Time, The Prettiest Star, Let's Spend the Night Together, the Rolling Stones cover, Genie, hello, and Lady Grinning Soul. What a closer. You know, I love my closers.
He does.
I'm going to stand by this one, folks. My favorite David Bowie album, believe it or not, is Aladdin Sane. And as you start talking about yours, let me pull it out for you because I know what it is.
Yes, he does.
Go ahead, my brother.
It is low. To me, I just think this is it's David Bowie on a record. You have songs like Be My Wife, Sound and Vision.
Oh, Sound and Vision.
Always Crash in the Same Car, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have, like you said, his experimentation, his music, his creations that way.
Side
to
B.
me, yeah, you kind of get both best of the both worlds on this album.
It's almost like 2 albums in one.
Yeah, so you can really, if you want someone to know who David Bowie was, this album kind of has it all. To me, as far as, not say pop, but radio-friendly rock songs.
Yeah.
Like Be My Wife. But then you also have the,
Sound
I can never pronounce the damn name of the song.
Warzalo.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I pronounce it right.
But yeah, I mean, where you put that on, and it's just absolutely fantastic. But it's a whole different fantastic.
Mind-blowing. It's so good.
Yeah. So to me, this was just where he, to me, hit his peak and put out the best thing he's put out. But
I could see me getting pummeled in the comments for having Lodger right above Low. I get it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely get why you have it at number 1. And like I said, this was the surprise for me after re-listening to everything that it dropped for me. So to have it, I had it 6?
You had 6.
It's a bit shameful, right?
Well, mine was first, you had a 6, but then yours first, I had 8. So, I mean,
Yeah.
There he goes.
So, and you know, it's interesting, as we were just talking there, and we said because of the difference of the side A and side B, it's almost like you get 2 Bowie albums in one.
Yeah.
It brought something to my mind that we can discuss real quick as we wrap up the video here.
Sure.
I am amazed that an artist that as prolific as David Bowie, with such a great discography, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not thinking right, but never made a double album.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Can you imagine, like, you know, the Beatles, the White Album? I mean, we all know the classic double albums, Physical Graffiti, et cetera, et cetera. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. someone of his caliber, and creative output, quantity and quality. It just struck me now that it's amazing that he didn't put out a double album. He could have put out high, low. You know what I mean?
To me, I think it's because when you look at some of those double albums, there are some great double albums. But how many double albums can you look at and say every track on that's perfection?
Oh, true.
And not, it feels a little bloated. I can't look at, like we said, you have Station to Station, which is only 6 tracks of fantasticness.
Yeah.
Not many of these albums do you go, he put a little bit more extra on there than he needed to.
Yeah. There's something to be said for that.
I think he put out quality and wasn't worried about quantity as much.
Yeah.
I mean, he put out a lot of albums.
Yeah.
But each album was a concise thought project. It wasn't...
It's a good point.
It wasn't a dump of all the songs he had written.
Well, and I wonder, I mean, he's been gone, unfortunately, for years. I wonder if there's going to be things that end up surfacing that, like, hey, he recorded, I'm
sure there's a vault of his
He recorded 30 songs for
the
Heroes album, and there's only, however many songs on here, like 10 or whatever. Like, man.
Yeah, I'm
we'd
sure
love to get our ears on that stuff.
Yeah.
So, your overall impressions of my list?
I think probably the same as yours on mine. I think we were pretty comfortable with what we've discussed Bowie, and I think we both kind of knew where we stood on certain albums. I think Young Americans was the surprise for me that we both had it up in the top 10, and so I was happy to see that.
And you were surprised I had Low so low?
But...
And probably that I had Aladdin Sane so high.
Aladdin Sane, I would not have picked that. I thought yours was going to be Hunky Dory.
But here's the top for each of us.
Yep.
So his is Low, mine is Aladdin Sane. So, please, obviously, you know what we're going to ask, right? Let us know what your top 10 David Bowie albums are. Put them in the comments, folks. And... let us have it. But again, it's personal taste. I don't think there really is a bad David Bowie album.
No.
Even the ones that get shit on sometimes, like Never Let Me Down and stuff, there's good tracks on there. You might just have to dig for them on that. But there were some albums that... was there one album that you were like, God, I'm really upset I have to leave this album off?
There's some of the newer stuff, like you said.
Exactly.
Jesus, what is it called?
Buddha of Suburbia.
Yeah. Buddha, I'm starting on the Green Day.
Green Day song.
Yeah, but that was, I enjoyed listening to that over again. Like the one you put on there earlier,
Black Tie, White Noise.
White Noise. That was
Snuck
a really good
in at my
album.
number 10. Yeah.
So a couple of those were really good. The newer stuff that I had to make a case not to put it on, but
and one of the ones from the earlier stuff that is better than I remembered and was toying around near the bottom of my top 10. The album "The Man Who Sold the World."
Yes,
I was struggling not putting that on. I'm just glancing at these later ones to see. I thought there was another one. Well, actually, I love The Next Day, the one right before Black Star, but there's only there's only so much room in the top 10. Obviously, Heathen's really good too. So they're all good. So again, let us know your top 10 David Bowie albums in the comments. That's ours. So let us know what you think of our list as well. As always, thank you so much for supporting the channel, watching the channel. Anxious to hear from Bowie fans what your top 10 lists are as well. So as always, for Brad, I am Keith. This is the K&B Music Den. Please like the video, share it on social media, smash the bell for notifications. You get notified every time we drop new content. And please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Tell your pets. We're crawling up to 200 subscribers, and we appreciate all the support. We haven't been doing this that long, and people are watching, so who would have thunk?
Shocking.
Not us. So, again, thank you so much. A sincere thank you for all the support. And keep on watching, because we're going to keep on filming. And we'll see you guys soon. Listen to your Bowie albums and give us your ranking down below. See you soon. Thanks.